So we are going to discuss the last topic of political parties, that is how parties can be reformed. How we can reform the parties? We have discussed what are the challenges to political parties. So opposite to the challenges will be the reforms. Okay, and there are two ways in which the question can be asked from the same topic. One, what are the steps government has already taken to reform the political parties, and then what are the suggestions to reform political parties. Okay, so three steps already have been taken, and there are suggestions. First, which is already being done towards reforms, it is Constitution was amended to prevent elected members from changing parties. Now, this tendency is seen among political leaders that once they win elections, being the part or member of any one political party, then once after they win, then if some other party gives them any temptation, such as if they like any cash rewards or giving them any good position in that another party, then these leaders, they change their party. This is called as defection. Okay, so this was done because many elected representatives were indulging in defection in order to become ministers or for any cash reward. Okay, so to prevent this, constitution was amended and anti-defection law was passed. ओके, एंटी डिफेक्शन मीन्स इफ़ यू हैव वन इलेक्शंस बीइंग द मेंबर ऑफ एनी पार्टी. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपने कांग्रेस के साथ मिलकर इलेक्शन लड़े थे, ओके, और जीतने के बाद अगर ऐसे कि बीजेपी की तरफ से आपको कोई टेम्पटेशन मिल रही है कि आप इफ़ यू विल बी द मेंबर ऑफ बीजेपी, तो आपको कोई कैश रिवॉर्ड मिल रहा है या फिर आपको कोई मिनिस्टर बना देंगे, देन द पर्सन चेंजेस हिज और हर पार्टी, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं डिफेक्शन. ठीक है, तो इट इज़ अंडर द एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ दिस इज़ प्रिवेंटेड. देन सेकेंड, Supreme Court passed an order to reduce the influence of money, power and criminals. This is also one of the challenge, role of money and muscle power. Okay, now it is mandatory for few candidates who contest elections to file affidavit giving details of his or her property, criminal cases pending against him. Okay, so that people get to know, the voters, that whether this person was taken to the party just because of his money, property, or because of the qualification or his will to serve the nation, and also if there is any criminal case pending, because we saw that more party tickets are given these days to criminals. Okay, so if there is any criminal case pending against a person, then people will get to know, because all these details are then made public, so that people get to know, then on the basis of that people vote for them. Okay, so now it has become mandatory for the political candidates to file an affidavit. So making of affidavit one step. Then Election Commission also passed an order making it necessary for the political parties to hold their organizational elections and file their income tax returns. We said that there is lack of internal democracy, parties don't hold internal elections, है ना. So to remedy that, इलेक्शन कमीशन हैज़ मेड दिस कंपल्सरी कि अभी ज़रूरी है पार्टीज़ को अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल मीटिंग्स या फिर इंटरनल इलेक्शंस करने ही हैं. ओके, सो इट मीन्स जो कॉमन मेंबर्स हैं पार्टी में, दे विल ऑल्सो हैव सम से इन डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस. ओके, तो एंड ऑल्सो दे हैव टू फाइल देयर इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न. फाइन, सो दीज आर द स्टेप्स गवर्नमेंट हैज़ टेकन. नाउ what are the suggestions how parties can be reformed? A law should be made to regulate the internal affairs of the parties. Okay, law can be made like parties has to necessarily maintain a party membership register. Okay, and they have to hold internal meetings, elections. Fine, and the opinion of the common members, it should also matter. The top position should not be always under the same family members and all. Okay, इस तरह के internal affairs को regulate करने के लिए laws बनने चाहिए. And it should be mandatory for political parties to give minimum number of tickets, about 1/3 of the tickets, to women candidates. Even at present, if we see, only 12% of the total members of Lok Sabha, they are women, which is very less. Okay, so if all the political parties, they reserve at least 1/3 of the seats, okay, 1/3 of the members in the party would be women candidates, then there would be like more women to represent all the like women as section of the society. Okay, so women representation increase होने से उनकी like condition in the society will also improve. Okay, so that can be made mandatory for the parties कि women के लिए seats, party tickets, so 1/3 of the party tickets should be given to women candidates. Then another, there should be state funding of elections. Like पार्टी टिकट्स किसको दिए जाते हैं, जो लाइक ऑलरेडी रिच हैं या फिर दोज हू कैन रेज मनी. तो इंस्टेड इफ देर इज़ नो सच प्रेशर ऑन पॉलिटिकल पार्टी मनी फंडिंग, लाइक पार्टी फंडिंग वाला प्रेशर ही नहीं है अगर पार्टी के ऊपर, इफ स्टेट बाय स्टेट वी मीन गवर्नमेंट अगर पार्टी फंडिंग कर रही है तो ऐसे में लाइक पार्टीज विल नॉट हैव टू इंडल्ज इन लाइक सच अनफेयर प्रैक्टिसेस ऑफ अरेंजिंग मनी देन the government should give parties money to support their election expenses. Okay, now this support can be in any sense, like by providing transportation, by providing any other means whatever they need, like petrol or communication means, है ना, anything like that. So this is how parties can be reformed. Now in your textbook only there is this paragraph given before this topic, before these points start, that are the parties willing to reform, because if they are willing to reform, then they also know how the parties can be reformed, right? So more than these reforms, what is more important is willingness of political parties to reform. If they are willing, then no matter what they will reform. Okay, because they also know कि ये challenges हैं, because they most of them they would also be illiterate, कुछ तो they would be knowing about, like वो भी क्लास 10 तो एटलीस्ट करके ही गए होंगे ना, आपके जैसे पढ़ा होगा हाउ पार्टीज़ कैन बी रिफॉर्म्ड. सो if they are willing to reform, so they will reform. Okay, and we have made 3 suggestions and 3 steps of the government. You should remember them. Now if you get a general question how parties can be reformed, you will write all 6 points. But if the question itself says what are the steps taken by government, write first 3 points only. And if the question asks for what are the suggestions to reform political parties, then write the last 3 points only. Okay, otherwise in general if it is asked would be for 5 marks, then write all the points. Okay, so hope you're clear with all the topics. With this will be the last video of this chapter. I'll try making FAQs, like frequently asked questions from the same chapter, and let me know if there is any doubt. See you soon in next video. Thank you so much.